And welcome back to Spartans at the Spice. We have got a special guest, and she comes all the way from down under right here. That we have Kinley Paterson is a freshman guard, 5'7", and you are. I'm gonna let you tell it where you're actually. Where in Australia you're from?
I'm from Perth, Western Australia.
Okay, let's see if we can. Oh, let me get your microphone back up. There we go. Let's see.
There we go.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, right there. So you're a long way from home.
Yeah.
How in the world did you get to Spartanburg, South Carolina?
I played in an AAU tournament, Run for Roses in Kentucky, and then I can't remember if Coach Will was there, but some of the coaches from Upstate were there, and they reached out to me afterwards, and we were just talking for a couple of months until they gave me an offer, and then I came on a visit, and I loved it, so I committed here.
All right, tell me how different is Spartanburg from where you come from?
Very, very different. Where I'm from, you're like a 5-minute drive from the beach.
Oh wow!
Just everyone's walking around barefoot, just vibing. Here it's very different. I feel like America as a whole is completely different to Australia.
I could live in a shack on the beach the rest of my life. I could go down there and just sit. You could put me under my umbrella and go to tropical smoothie or get me a smoothie, and I'd sit there all day long and watch the tide go in and out though. So, well, what did you do? Is that basically what you did? Or in Australia, what did you do for fun?
Yeah, I went to the beach a lot. I was like 2 minutes away from the river, so we would go hang out, jump off the jetty there. It was, pretty much anywhere we could be around water because it was so hot all the time. We would kind of figure out a way to be there.
What do you enjoy most about being in Spartanburg?
I love the people here. I feel like they're very friendly and very welcoming.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about college basketball. When you came here, Upstate was in a situation going into the summer, maybe even before you had signed and all, with a returning point guard who would have been maybe a 3-year starter or something like that, and she leaves, and so point guard position's up for grabs right there coming along. So just talk about the transition from not only playing basketball, but from playing basketball in Australia to playing college basketball here in the United States. How tough of a transition was that for you?
For me, I already played in like a semi-professional league. I played alongside like people who have been to the Olympics and people who played professionally. So I feel like I've been in an environment where I've been with pro players, so I've kind of I tried to take as much as I could while I was with them to kind of help me over here, which I feel like has definitely helped. But it's still, it's definitely a tough transition, but I feel like it was made easier by the people and the knowledge I took from Australia.
Okay. All right. Had a rough time first month or so of the season. Bless your heart, I used to kid about you were a turnover waiting to happen there and all that. But you have, I guess, experience. Was the game different, college game different in a lot of ways on that, though, when you first came over? But just, what was the hardest thing that you had to learn when you first started playing?
The game was definitely different. I feel like the pace and I feel like people are more aggressive here, and more athletic in general. So I feel like that's kind of where my turnovers happen, where it's like I don't think people can get to the pass in time, but they do because they're more athletic.
Okay. And it is very, and Asia would probably agree with me this too, that last game with Winthrop, it's not basketball, that was basket brawl out there. It seemed like in the paint there that, it's war. When you live in the paint down there, it is war. Don't ever tell me basketball's not a contact sport. Basketball is like indoor football with no pads is what it turns into, though. But just tell me, learning, what have you learned so far? What's the biggest lessons you've learned that I've seen so much improvement in your game? this year as the season's gone along? What do you think that you've learned that's helped you?
I've learned to play off 2 feet when I get into the paint, and to kind of read the defense more and use that to my advantage as well.
Okay. All right. When you see a double team coming or trap in the backcourt, sometimes I have looked at the guards and y'all look like a deer in headlights, like, no, get away from me, though. But what are your thoughts on that? What do you feel like, would help to help, through the situation when teams put the pressure on y'all like that?
I mean, I feel like just staying calm under the pressure, and we have a good press breaker in general. So if everyone's in the right spots and we stay calm, I feel like we're breaking the press is easier the more we kind of experience having to go through that.
Right. What I used to do with my trick back then for our guards and all, that when we played a team that was going to line up and press you a whole lot, then my show team, we played 6 on defense against us, 6 on 5. And I always put that 6th person usually where you'd want to try to go to pass it and all like that. But we practice and practice and practice every day. We were playing a pressing team. We always practice with 6 on defense and all. And when I really got cantankerous and feisty, then I told them they couldn't ever dribble. You had to pass it to get it through the press the whole time, though. So when you played the team the next day that had 5 on 5, it's a piece of cake. If I can beat 6, I know we can beat 5. So that was one thing that we had a lot of fun with and worked on that, though. All right, you've cut down on your turnovers tremendously. I like your feistiness, that you are a competitor, and that's one thing that I really like about that you're feisty. I like the way that you attack the rim. And where did you learn the one-hand scoop, taking it all the way and laying it up?
I actually learned that from one of the coaches in Australia, Andy Stewart. He used to coach the professional women's team in Western Australia, and then he moved to our club and kind of mentored me through there. But I mean, I don't know, it helps me get around bigger defenders in a sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It sure does. And again, you had several of those in the last game I had in the Hodge Center last week with those. And like we said, she goes coast to coast and puts the biscuit in the basket. That was my fun call of the night that night there, though. All right, we know, you've improved with the turnover assist ratio right there. And what are some other things you feel like and would like to see yourself improve on the rest of the season?
Definitely my free throw percentage, as well as also getting my three-point shot to be more consistent, because I don't think I've made one this year yet.
I can tell you. Let me look and find you right here.
Yeah,
you're 0 for 7. Yep, you're right.
Yep.
You are shooting a sizzling 0% from the three-point line.
Yeah.
And again, that's that'll come with it right there. Do y'all have one of the guns there? The thing where it fires it back that we used to. That was I worked on shooting our team shooting 3 and all like that, though. But that is something there that will really help you with that, though. But it's your 3-point touch and your 3-point power comes from your legs. That will get it there. So I'm sure that's going to be something that you add to your arsenal real soon, though. Your free throws, again, is just something right here. It's all right there.
Yep.
Because your shooting form's good. It's good there. It's just a matter of I'm going to go up there, I'm going to knock them both down. I'm going to take a good deep breath and relax, and I'm going to knock them down. And it's going to come around. You'll get that number up, too. It's just a matter of time, though. So anything else you've learned this year?
I feel like defensively I've learned how to be in the right spot at the right time to help my teammates. I feel like I've definitely improved on and communication through that as well.
Well, I think you've got 12 steals on the season too. That would not have counted Saturday's game there
Yeah.
with that. This was my cheat sheet that I had on last Wednesday's game right there. So you're doing well on that. You got 42 assists.
Yep.
So that's good too. That's really good right there. And being a former point guard or combo guard, that's something that I've always kind of looked for. Those numbers always jump out at me. Those are things that I look for too. All right, let's get to the fun questions now. I may cross you up a little bit right here. Since you sat there and did a scouting report on some of the questions, I'm going to throw a couple at you right here that you have not heard. Let's see. First of all, what did you eat tonight?
I had a hamburger with onion rings on the side.
Did you have the onion rings?
Yeah.
Were they good?
Yes, they were good.
So I didn't lie to you, did I? I told
Nope.
you it'd be good. Okay, that it would definitely be good. Do you consider yourself a homebody or traveler? Would you rather get out and go places, or you like just hanging out around, your dorm or wherever like that?
Oh, I love to be outside of my dorm room. Like, yeah, I would. But when I'm at home in Australia, I feel like I like being at home, but being in the dorm room is a completely different situation. Like, I want to be outside of the dorm room as much as I possibly can.
Okay. This is a really, really hard, deep question. And it was, if you could have one question answered that you always wondered about, what would be that one question you would ask? Is there something you always wondered about? And all, one question you always wondered about.
I feel like I don't have a question. I don't think anything's coming to mind.
Okay. And again, mine was deep. I guess I'm strong in faith, my faith and all. I always wondered what in the world heaven would be like, or eternity, lasting, that we will exist in some, like that forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And sometimes it blows my mind. And it would be interesting to have the answer for that and wonder about that, about after we die, what it's going to be like, would be my deep question on that. What's your favorite midnight snack?
I love chocolate.
Chocolate?
Just any type of chocolate, yeah.
Okay. All righty. That sounds good. Let's see. If you could relive one day in your life, what would you relive?
I feel like I would love to relive a camping trip. We had 14 hours north of where I live in Exmouth.
Uh-huh.
I love being outdoors. I love camping, so definitely going back to relive that would be really fun.
Okay. All right. Mine would probably be my wedding day. That was the most fun day probably of my life. Just all the friends together and everything you go through and everything that I still look back, and I don't know if my wife would say the same thing or not, but that would probably, my wedding day would be one thing that I would go back and do again. What inspires you?
I feel like I'm not sure. A person that inspires me, or like people that inspire me, are my teammates back in Australia, to see how they've gone through the Australian system and worked their way up to playing professional. I feel like they definitely inspire me. I don't know what else, like what specifically would inspire me, but I definitely would say they do.
Okay. Let's see. I was going to ask right here. This is a fun one. If you could change your name to something else, what would you want to be called, or what would you want to change your name to?
I wouldn't change my name.
You wouldn't change it?
I feel like I like my name. It's original. I feel like not many other people have it.
Carmelo wanted to change his name to LeBron. I told him, don't go there. LeBron James, I call him LeBron Jerk, that I have interviewed him and worked with him. He's the biggest jerk I have ever met in my life. That he's all about LeBron. And the story, I'll make it really quick. A story, I took a little boy that was a student of mine, a little boy I was working with, to go see him play because he was his favorite player at one time. And I asked LeBron, I said, and the little boy was dying of cancer. He was battling for his life with cancer. And I said, LeBron, I've got this young man here with me. And I said, you're his favorite player. I said, can you take about 10 seconds and say something to encourage him in his battle right now? He looked at me and said, not now, boss man, I'm busy. And blew the little boy off and proceeded to go sit in the corner of the locker room and shoot Gatorade bottles at the trash can. That's what he was busy wanting to do. And so from that point on, I have no respect for him at all. He even photobombed me one time, and I just ignored him. Him and J.R. Smith photobombed me on the court after a game when I was doing a post-game wrap-up video, and I just kind of looked over to see who it was and didn't even acknowledge him back there. So I'm not changing my name to LeBron in there, though. Okay, all right, let me get a couple of other ones here, and then I'll let you off the hook. I know y'all got to get back and do stuff. All right, what month were you born in?
February.
February the
4th.
You got a birthday coming up for long there. We have to remember that, though. Your favorite food?
I feel like just in general, I just love chicken.
Chicken?
Yep.
Okay. I'm a big chicken lover, too. Your favorite color?
I like blue and green, I feel like. And pink. I love pink as well.
Okay, those are good colors. I like bright colors, as you can see. That I like when I do your games. I'll usually try to wear something bright with my matching hat. When you have a head like mine, you wear hats. So with that though. So all right, have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like a motorcycle, a dirt bike, all those type of, or a quad bike as well.
Yes, they are. Have you ever been skinny dipping before? Do they do that in Australia?
Yeah, when I was young, like when I was really young, yes.
Okay. Have you ever had a speeding ticket?
No.
Okay, well, that's good. Right there. All right, let me just skip through some real quick. Can you sing?
Yes. I've been in a choir and a band.
Okay, all right. What's your favorite song? What song do you sing the best?
I love to sing. I like Ed Sheeran, just any Ed Sheeran songs. I love to sing.
Yeah, he would be a good one there. I want two things that my fantasies. I wanted to be a race car driver, a NASCAR driver growing up, and I wanted to be a rock star. So, I mean, I make a joyful noise that my wife and she's a really good singer there, but we will sing to the radio and we'll harmonize. My best song, karaoke song, is the Doobie Brothers, which neither one of y'all probably know, and the song Black Waters. That's my best go-to song. All right, let's here we go right here. Can you play an instrument?
Yeah, I can play bass guitar, cello, ukulele.
Wow.
Guitar. I used to be able to play piano, but not anymore. I feel like there's something else.
Well, you need to get together with Carmela. He plays piano. Y'all can form your own band. That sounds good, though. I used to play guitar. All I'd play now is the radio. And I play that very loud. So here we go. Who's your favorite actor?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know any actors.
Okay.
I don't know the names of
All right.
the
We're
actors.
doing Kinley's Life Story from Down Under, a movie. Who's going to play you in the movie?
My twin sister.
You have a twin sister?
Yes.
Wow. Do you have any brothers, too? Or?
I have a younger brother.
Now, does your sister, is she playing sports? Or?
She plays rugby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, that's kind of like basketball, except they're very similar.
Yeah.
Both of them are very physical right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me jump over here real quick. Have you ever shot a gun before?
No.
Can you cook?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing to cook?
I would say, well, I like helping my dad cook a meal called laksa.
What does that involve?
It's like kind of like a spicy soup, and it has chicken, mushroom. You put like peanut covered like tofu, and then what else? That's pretty much it. And then it's pretty good.
Now, did you had the souvlaki tonight, didn't you? That's what they brought over you.
Oh yeah.
Did you
yeah.
like that?
Yes, yeah.
This is a funny story that I do a Broome High School football, and there was a player from Germany that we had over here, and they brought him some, and all the players and coaches told him that was squirrel he was eating.
Oh my god.
He believed it too, though. So, but that's good. That's steak, a type of steak. That's one of their specialties. That's a Greek. This is a Greek restaurant.
Yeah.
That's one of their specialties right there too. Can you change a flat tire?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And I'm sure you can swim if you've been on the beach there.
Yeah.
Would you skydive?
I would say I would want to. I've done bungee jumping before, but I don't know about skydiving. I feel like it's on my bucket list. I'm just scared to do it.
I would be terrified. I would be terrified. All right, have you ever held a snake?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see, what are you afraid of?
Ooh. I feel like I'm just afraid of dying.
And see, what's bad is when you get to be my age, it could be any day. And right there, but I used to fear that. But I feel good about it right now that with my faith and all, I feel like I know where I'm going to go when I die and all like that. But that's what I said with my big question you could answer. What about after you die? What happens? That's when I was young, about your age, that's something that was my biggest fear too.
Yeah.
So I fully understand that right there. Have you ever done anything heroic? Like, have you ever, saved anybody from drowning or?
I have saved my sister and my friend. We were on we were paddleboarding like in the ocean, and our boat was anchored like pretty deep. We get on the boat, and our movement must have like taken the anchor out of the sand. We start drifting. We start drifting out, and I'm like, oh no, like how are we gonna get back in? So I go to the front of the boat. The keys are still left in there. So I turn it on. I tell everyone what to do, take the paddle boards in, like get on the boat. And then I kind of just start slowly going towards shore, like hoping that my dad will see me driving his boat back in. He eventually sees me and jumps on and re-anchors the boat, but that was pretty scary.
Well, that's great. That is great right there. Have you ever caught a fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you bait your own hook?
I would say I can, but I usually make my dad do it for me.
Okay. All right. Have you ever played golf before?
Yes.
Have you ever hit a hole in one?
No.
Have you ever been to the Empire State Building?
No.
Where have you been in the United States? Have you been a lot of places, or has it been basically kind of limited around here?
I haven't been to any major cities with big tourist attractions. I've been to San Francisco, but that was only for a day before I came over here.
Okay. Have you ever been to Disney World in Florida?
Yes.
Mickey Mouse World.
I went to Disney World in Europe, though, not in America.
Oh, Euro Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. And my last question for you is, you got all these people in here looking at you. They don't know who you are. What's the most important thing you'd want them to know about you?
I would want them to know that I'm a genuine, caring person that's always willing to listen.
That's great. Great answer right there, though. So, my last question is, did you have fun?
Yep.
Then y'all, both of you will have to come back and join me again.
Yep.
I'm here every Monday night right here, though, and hopefully you'll come back, and if you enjoyed the food, eat here again, though. This is one of my favorite places to come eat. So I've learned two things. From now on, when you steal it and go in for the scoop layup, my comment's going to be down under. and now I can't wait to use the next game, the Windex twins in the paint. That those will be two things that we have fun with the next game. Hey, things are going to turn around this week.
Yep.
I feel like that, you know, lots of times we're put through tests and adversity and all like that. And, you know, sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yep.
The way I look at it, and again, I'm a firm believer, faith in all. The good Lord's got something bigger and better in store for y'all.
Exactly.
And all, and it wasn't meant to be to win those first few games because he's got something bigger or better for you out there. And I know things will get better. I enjoy watching you girls play. I enjoy doing your games. And now I've got some fun things to say about y'all now during the game. So, but good luck the rest of the season, and look forward to the keeping up with you and, again, doing some more games for y'all, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.